back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Super Smart Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Raul Cruz, and this is Game Chat. And here with me,
what's up, guys? It's Andres.
Hey, it's Ben.
Hey everyone, it's Ken. Please be excited.
oh, there it is. So make sure to check us out on Facebook under Super Smart Gaming. Also, our Twitter, Super Smart Gaming. Our Instagram is super_smart_gaming. And also, we have a YouTube channel with Let's Plays and our episodes up there as well.
All fun episodes, guys.
Awesome.
On YouTube, it's Super Smart Gaming. We also have a Super Smart Gaming Let's Play. Make sure to rate us on Podomatic and iTunes. And so, yeah. Also, we have a brand new show called Random Generated Encounters.
SSGRGE.
Easier to know it as SSGRGE.
Yeah, SSGRGE.
We're a little bit more lighter and fun-hearted.
Yeah, so just imagine a random topics with a foundation of video games, and we kind of just keep talking.
Yeah. And when we can't talk about it anymore, we press a button and it randomly generates another one.
So make sure to check that out. And if you have not noticed, Andrea's not here with us today. She's taking a small sabbatical from podcasting.
Sabbatical.
She's taking a sabbatical. She has to think about things in
That's
podcasting.
Good. Okay.
So,
but yeah, like,
there you go.
so what is this Game Chat topic?
So today's topic will be more anecdotal, right? So our Game Chat tends to be more research-based, but today I want to be more laid back, more anecdotal, and we're going to talk about celebrity status and video games.
Please, no pictures.
And so no pictures. We're just paparazzi outside our door. So the first thing I really wanted to discuss was this obsession about how we want to be known for our hobby, right?
Okay.
So streaming on YouTube, streaming on Twitch is become the norm if you're a gamer, right? So I own,
It really has, actually.
I own an Elgato to capture games. Andres, have you captured games?
I've captured games. I've put them up on YouTube.
Ben, have you streamed?
No.
Can't stream
I have
for
captured
sure.
games. Yeah, I gotta capture them all, man.
I
You gotta capture them all. It's a Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
There you go. I downloaded a program. It's like for another reason, but I probably
What reason?
No, it was like
never mind.
no. It was for
Is it called a chat roulette?
Did you get chat?
No. It was for it involved Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, if you if you downloaded the program, you get like a promo code and you get like a DLC. That's the whole reason why I got it. And I tried I tried the functionality of it, but it just didn't work. And I didn't like it. Or it didn't work or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, I installed at the very next 5 minutes. I just got it.
But I mean, this kind of goes so PewDiePie, right? We all know who PewDiePie is.
Yes.
Super famous. He's the most subscribed to channel on YouTube. But why do we have this obsession with wanting to be known for gaming, right? So I'll start over here with Andres. Like, do you want to be known or be famous for being a gamer?
You know what? It would be a plus to my life.
Yeah, it would be.
A really great
It's
plus.
a +1 to my life stats.
Yeah. It's a
So why is it a plus though? That would be
because people would know me.
Okay.
People would be like, that guy is that one guy from the internet that plays that one game.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't think I just think that's pretty cool. I don't think anything bad about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Then again, we'll get into those topics later.
Okay, so
Right.
you want to you would think it's a plus to be known because you're a gamer, a famous gamer, right?
Yeah.
Would you want to be not serious or funny?
I think I'd lean more to a mellow,
Okay.
funny.
Okay. So
I don't want to be a serious.
you want to be a serious? So Ben, would you want to be known as a famous or famous to be famous because of your gaming hobby?
I would be fine if just people if they not everyone knows, if like slight fame. How about that? Just very slight fame.
Something like that. Something
So if
very
you go to the
humble.
store, you get perks or what? What's
No,
slight fame?
No.
Like it'll be like if I was walk down the street or whatever, like a bookstore or whatever or 7-Eleven, I'd be like,
You're
hey.
that one guy.
Like, oh hey, you're that one guy. Okay, that's cool. You
Okay.
know? And then they just still treat me like a person, that kind of stuff. It's nice to know that people know what kind of hobby you are, and maybe or even just be able to strike up a regular conversation without people like, oh my god, you're so and so. Can I get a selfie with you or something like that?
I
okay.
wouldn't like that.
So
I would not like
I don't
that.
think I would
you
like
know?
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's sometimes I do get starstruck with like movie celebrities and all that. Like when I saw Macy Williams at Universal, I really wanted to get a picture with her, but I couldn't because of work. But I don't want to be like that. And afterwards, I was thinking to myself, oh, she just really wanted to enjoy her day. I shouldn't really bother her.
I get you. Yeah.
I just want to be like, oh, hey, you're you're that person. That's it. You know.
Got you.
I don't think I would mind it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Sometimes
Yeah.
if
Yeah, yeah.
you know they wanted a picture, but
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be just like it's like what you say, like subtle fame. How about that?
subtle fame.
Subtle fame. Okay, so Ken,
Yeah.
would you agree with that term that you want to be subtly famous?
Subtle.
Nah, not really. I don't really care.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't really care, but if it happens, it happens. You know.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to be known as
It would be a plus.
as a gamer, as a famous gamer, right? No, you don't want.
Not. I don't know. It doesn't go both ways, I guess. I mean, I'm not.
well, like
It's the same way as like I don't
Like you're neutral.
get super starstruck when I
Okay.
see like stars. I guess you know, but
but would it go back to something that I said where it's like, oh, it would be a plus to your life? Like, oh, it's something.
Yeah, would it be like
it's something else
Would be
that
like a
people
perk,
would know.
maybe.
Yeah, it's a little perk.
yeah, I guess. I mean, it's more like I think if I feel like if I could make an impact on someone's life,
Okay.
you know,
true.
like
Yeah,
like a positive impact. Then,
that
you
would
know,
be nice. Yeah, but
that's what I would be more interested in.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then my
well,
next-
you Raul. Like
So, well, for me, and which will lead to my next topic, right? For me, I feel that last year I really wanted to be known for this hobby, right? So we started the podcast last year. We, captured some gameplay of whatever we're playing.
And then you started
Ba-
working.
But then I started working. But no, here's where it changed. Here's where I started to kind of be more self-reflective. Is when we did a live stream of the podcast, right? So I saw us on the TV, and then I had this weird feeling.
You saw
about
you know what I think?
whatever.
It shatters
You
what you
saw-
thought.
You saw what I
You
say?
saw the number of viewers go up, and I think
No. Here's where
That scared you.
No. Here's what freaked me out. So here's where it's gonna transition to the next topic, where when we streamed it live, I just imagined people in my house watching me as I did this hobby that
Yeah,
I love.
exactly.
And it suddenly clicked in my head, thinking, "Oh, whoa! I just let
People into
X
your
amount of
home,
people
yeah.
into my home, which I
Okay.
would never do." So it will go back to that, right? So here's a good example.
this
So
is why we need a warehouse.
it's when we were out, right?
You need a stage.
And
You
so-
know, background.
So here's the crazy part. So if you knew, so you've streamed the game before, right?
Yeah.
We both streamed Monster Hunter 3, right?
With no camera.
No camera, but we had
No
the,
camera. But
yeah.
we do talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk to the audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's communication where we kind of invite them
into the
into our conversation, into
Okay.
our lives. I would say.
So did you feel an invasion of privacy?
No, because I don't
Because you're
think
handing your privacy.
I
Right.
give them consent to
Yeah.
I would like to talk to them and they would like to talk
Yeah,
to me.
you
It's
put
not-
yourself out.
It's an
I-
open forum as you.
and
once you
then
start
again
doing
it's
that.
it's not putting myself out there as in just like flaunting myself.
Yeah.
I'm pulling back what all my everything else that I have is like behind me, stuff that I don't want people to know, stuff that's actual privacy is something that I would not put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's private stuff.
Yeah, and this is the reason I started with you. Is because you're in the age group, right? So you're a lot younger than a lot of us, but you're in the age group of you grew up with Facebook, you grew up with Instagram
Yeah.
and Twitter and all that.
MySpace.
You know, MySpace. But
MySpace.
there's this obsession about being famous, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you're young, you want to be the next PewDiePie, you want to be the next.
I think
some other
that- I think there's a- looking at a lot of the culture, a lot of the, especially a bunch of the younger kids.
yeah.
Everyone's wanting to be the next rapper, or
Right, yeah,
the next,
yeah.
They want to be the next big thing.
Yeah,
but
the next celebrity,
I think
yeah.
about it, and I'm like,
it's-
chances are 0 to 1.
exactly. Yeah,
That's
like,
not gonna happen.
look at the shows. Kind of moving slightly off topic. Look at all the shows we have on right now, like the reality TV, like American Idol, The Voice. What else? Even Shark Tank right now. We were talking about
Yes.
that earlier. Yeah, about
Yeah,
Shark
I was
Tank.
criticizing Shark Tank.
know,
Yeah.
0 to
I mean, I personally,
0.001.
I personally
It's not
like.
gonna
I mean, I
happen.
personally like Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And all that. But like, look at it's like kind of relating to the topic. Everyone wants to be somehow famous or rich or something like that.
Yeah.
So they go on all these shows or all these things, or they do all these things.
Yeah.
To have that small slight chance, what
Yeah,
I just
it's-
put it.
It's the allure of a possibility.
There you
of
go.
Getting a payoff with least amount of work.
Yeah, so,
Exactly.
and so
And-
that's where the
yeah.
next one was gonna lead,
Yeah.
where it goes to, would you three, right? Would you, Andres, Ben, and Ken, would you be okay with getting paid to be a gamer? So I'll start with Kent this time. Go for it.
If I'm gonna be okay getting paid, like if someone came up to me and say, "Hey, Kent, we see that maybe like a couple thousand people are watching you now,
Yeah,
and we'd like to pay you to do whatever you do, but maybe say a little bit more positive things about our games and that sort of thing."
no, I mean whether
just in general, we want to sponsor you.
Yeah, pretty much that you are known and you're paid because you are a famous gamer.
I would totally do it.
Okay.
Because I'll be like, well, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, like yes and no in a way because yes, because it'll be cool and just like do a hobby, like just play and you get paid. But no part if they're only limiting me just to play the game.
Yeah.
I would like because for me, I like design and like that kind of aspect of life in general. So so if let's say if they play the game, but if I don't have because I want to move up as well. Let's say from the video game into a to more designing level.
Yeah.
If they don't allow me, that's where the no part is,
Okay.
But like getting paid for the hobby part, it's a yes. So
But
it's
that's
like
the difference, right?
Yeah, that's
like
a big difference right there.
For me, the way I see it is that like I have my career, my daytime job, my nighttime job, and this is just an extra thing that I'm doing anyway.
A perk.
Yeah,
If it's a perk,
to my
yeah.
to my life stats, a +1 to be level 25.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna get paid for that, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So-
right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
too. If it's not like considered like a job, like if it's just like
Something
a
that
side.
you have to stress over.
Yeah, like if it's like just a side thing, that's like a hobby, That's
Yeah.
it. If they pay me for my hobby, that's
Yeah.
it. If not, they're not gonna be like, all right, 24/7, you gotta stream. No.
So here's where my rebuttal comes in.
Okay.
Right. So, and we've discussed this before, right? And not on the podcast, but when we're not
Off
recording,
scene.
Off the records.
The reason I mentioned it is because, and we've discussed this before, where I said, look, if you're in your late teens, early 20s, right, and suddenly you're turning 30, like I'm turning 30, like 30 this year, you start to think back at that time and you think, whoa, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I was doing that. I can't believe I was thinking that. I can't believe I was saying that. But the difference is that my time wasn't recorded, right? A lot of these kids that are being famous on YouTube, they're like PewDiePie. A lot of times they cannot move on from that career. So a lot of things that I want to do in my 20s, I don't want to do anymore, right? I'm older, I'm more mature, I'm more educated. I don't want to continue on that path. But the problem with becoming famous as a gamer is that you might have difficulties moving on from that because that's all you know, and at the same time that's all people see. So say if you go to apply for a job in like a government job or an office job, but that's what professional,
but that's where the Ghost Strike mentality comes in, right? The hope is that you don't ever have to do anything ever again.
Right. Yeah.
Right? That's like even back in the 90s, right? Like everyone wants to be Snoop Dogg, right? What is Snoop Dogg doing now? Nothing. Right?
Yeah.
He became Snoop Lion for a while, and now he's back to Snoop Dogg, right?
Wasn't he Snoopzilla or something?
Like Snoopzilla for some,
I don't know what
right?
it is.
But like, right?
I swear I heard he was.
But it's not like Snoop Dogg could go out and do something else.
Yeah.
But he didn't need to, right?
That's all he had to do.
But here's the rebuttal to that again, which is maybe there's more of an advice.
No, I agree. For every Snoop Dogg, there's 1,000, Snoop
Sniff Dog,
Snoop Puppy, right?
Yeah,
that's not gonna
Snoop
make
Pups.
it. Yeah, but that's
Snoopy Dog.
But that's the culture, right? It's this allure, right? It's the why everyone go to Vegas.
Yeah,
even though your chances of winning big is nothing.
Right?
Yeah, so but
it's why people buy lotteries.
Exactly, but I mean it's different, and I always say I am a gamer from the 90s, right? It's different being a gamer now, right? Every gamer now, when we're in the 90s, we just wanted to play games. There was no YouTube for us to get famous. There was no gameplays.
There were
Let's Plays or whatever. So game captures, but magazines were barely getting started in the late 90s.
There were
right?
arcades.
There were arcades.
That's where it happened. Was that
it
was the arcades crowd, right?
Exactly.
People would go to the arcades to be basically PewDiePie.
And there would be this one guy that would never get off the machine because he was the best at DK or something.
Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, though. Those aren't recorded.
That's true.
See, and so what I'm always advising is that keep in mind that, so like this podcast, we're recording it right now. It's going to go live whenever it goes live. But, someone could find that podcast and say I apply for a job. They go, what, that is not we don't want you because of this, right? And I think someone gave me an example of this, right? Where someone on a podcast, they have a video of them dancing in their underwear for the podcast.
Right, yeah,
Wow.
they can't mention that before.
Yeah, and they cannot get a job, and they, you know, they link it to that one video. So a lot of, you know, my main concern would be, you know, if you're a gamer, you want to be famous, you're going to do the PewDiePie, you're going to do what the Game Grumps or the Angry Joe path. Is that going to hold you back later in life? I mean, what do you guys think?
I wouldn't take it to that extent.
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, I would just sit down, play a video game, talk, and that's all I would. I don't want to take off my clothes and dance.
But yeah,
But you never know, right? Like, let's say you start getting traction. Let's say you're getting more viewers, right? And then there's a Kickstarter.
I think,
You know,
I
but
think
you
there's a
take off
certain
your pants.
And then people all of a sudden like
that's the like the funding
think-
goal on Patreon, you know.
But I
at
think there's a-
$20,000, pants will be
pants
off.
off. Pants off.
wow, that's a pretty expensive
there's
pants.
There's a certain point I think where it's just crossing the line.
Yeah.
And
That again, though, that's easy to say, but then if you're
It's easy to-
if you're bankrolling $10,000 a month, you know,
That's
Is it
true.
sustainable? So the example I always give is that if you have instant fame, like a lot of these YouTubers have for just videos of video games, right? You're making $10,000 a month, but you have 60 plus, 70 plus years to live. Is that
Yeah.
sustainable over those time? It isn't, right? It's celebrity status show. You will go up and you will go straight down.
yeah,
in
but then that's the other
time that you
that's
went
the
back
other
up.
half of the
Yeah.
equation, right? If you manage your money well, which most people won't,
Yeah.
when it comes to that large sum of money, it's
Yeah.
really
Right,
hard.
Yeah.
But if you play it right, you know, it could
Yeah.
take you all the way through for the rest of your life.
Invest
Exactly.
it.
And
Invest it.
there are I mean, there's stories all the time with sports players, basketball
Yeah.
players, right, where they make tons of money,
Right.
and
they,
then
they don't live humble lives. I
yeah,
think.
Yeah.
and that's the issue, right? But then there are also other stories where there are sports players who make really good money, you know, manage wisely, retired, you know, at the age of 35.
Yeah,
or
but,
whatever
but
it is.
that's
I
such
mean,
a small percentage because
Yeah.
you know studies show that if you pursue the celebrity life, you want to live the celebrity life.
Of
right?
course,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
extravagant.
But
It's large,
like,
right?
But it's like what Ken said. Like there
Yeah.
are like a small percentage. Like, look at Magic Johnson right now.
Yeah.
right? I mean, yeah, like right now he's like managing a lot of business right now. He's like, was he a partial owner of the Dodgers? I think or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah,
Forget which. Yeah, I think it was the Dodgers or
Wrong crowd.
Yeah.
wrong crowd.
Yeah. But look, like yeah, it's like if you know how to invest your money and all that, then you're gonna live a good life, you know. But don't be like
But again-
MC Hammer or
Yeah,
Mike Tyson for a
but
while.
it does
you know?
it does come back to the point
Lions.
of
Mike
that.
Lyons.
Is it worth taking that risk, taking that chance,
Exactly.
to,
yeah.
to get that strike, you know, at this pot of gold, you know?
Yeah. So, and also keep in mind in the reason, this will be the last point I'll make on, you know, the consequences of going
Celebrity
into
life.
this industry, right? Is because a lot of jobs that you know, a lot of these young people will be applying for do check your Facebook.
They do.
They
yes.
check your Instagram, they check your Twitter, they check your
Yeah.
YouTube, they do an extensive background check on
Yeah.
everything you've ever posted
Actually, yeah.
on the internet.
You know, it's funny though. It's like because I
Yeah.
recently started using Instagram,
okay.
and you know,
yes,
I,
we've seen.
Yeah, so, yeah. So anyway, so like I had pending requests for, and you know, mostly my friends and old classmates, but
Of
then
course,
one
yeah.
of them was an old university I tried applying to.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I just thought back to my head, no, because I mean I don't have any stupid pictures on there. It's just mostly like from food or just like some fun activities. That's it. But it's the same thing too. It's like, oh, the school wants to, if I have to ever apply for that school again, and if I were post something stupid,
Exactly.
you know,
Yes,
they will
schools are
they
looking
will
into
pin that
that.
against me, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like so yeah, I do feel kind of bad for any kid or any like young generation or
Yeah.
anyone who wants to go into this kind of industry, like you're saying.
Yeah.
But then they find
You
out,
just
oh,
have to
yeah.
Watch out with what you hold. I feel like
Hey,
it's
hey, watch out with what you
but that's
post.
hard. So when I was,
It's not
No,
hard.
it is hard
not.
because when I was 18 and 19 and 20 and 21 and 22, I thought very differently than what I think now. Right? I was
But
more
when
rambunctious. I was
when you were
more-
18, 19, 21, 22, streaming, live posting, broadcasting was not a thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right? That's why it's different now because now
But-
it is, and it's hard. So I'll
But
give you
because of
I think
now,
it's
because
worse.
if it is now, I
Yeah.
think the generation also understands that. You know, it's not like now you have streaming. You know, that the kids these days are not the same as the kids. you know,
Yeah.
when you were that
Exactly,
age,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
They do
yeah.
understand the concept of like this is going to be broadcast. Most people would. Some
that,
will not.
I would argue that, right? Because, you know, let's say show this. They show you don't get deep, comprehensive thinking until you're 26, right? You've had enough experiences to weigh the consequences now, right? When you're 15, if you're in the average lifestyle of American culture, you don't have the experiences to weigh what's right and wrong.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, and what we see on YouTube is still a small fraction of the population.
It's true.
Yeah,
it is true.
It's not. YouTube is not.
But Facebook is
well, even
not.
But even Facebook, right?
Facebook is millions and millions of people.
It is.
But people who post dumb things on Facebook that is detrimental to their career, to their future career, does not make up like the majority of Facebook.
But here's my rebuttal to the argument, though. See, detriment could mean different things to different people, right? So say if on Facebook, you know how you could like movies? You know how you guys could like books? You could have a certain post. So say if I post something on education, and I'm very opinionated, it's the most formal opinion ever, right? I could say, I don't agree with this and this because of this and this, right? Say an employer comes to me and says, look, I need to check your Facebook, right? This employer has a different view of it, and it's between me and someone else that they want to employ. In my Facebook, they find, Raul posted this, and I did completely disagree with it. Completely, I'm going to be working with him. No. But another employee they found didn't post nothing controversial to me, right? That's where it becomes different. It's more subjective, right?
And I would say that could be a positive because it has essentially done the work for you of you finding out that you and your employee will definitely not get along.
Yeah.
Yes and no, but also keep in mind that many people separate their private from their public. So what
they do, but
I'm not going to work and saying, "Oh, look, I ride a skateboard, right? I'm out there doing what I like to do." But
they do, but it will come out, you know.
Yeah.
To a certain degree. Of course, it's not going to be like, oh, you're like Bart Simpson or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Not to that degree, but you know, your personality will come through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Look, it's
and keep in mind too that you know. We're in a transitional time. Right now, it is, you know, a big deal. But as we go on, right, our generation who are dealing with Facebook will be the same people are like looking at, you know, other people's Facebook and you say, well, you know, that's dumb, but, you know, I done dumb stuff. So the critical nature of it will be less and less. Of course, it still doesn't like... If there's a red flag, there's a red flag.
Yeah. So,
but it'll be less so as time goes on.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, right, and we'll transition into our last two topics, the first one being privacy, right? We are not private people anymore.
No,
and
we're
as
not.
Gamers, we are very vocal about our opinions, taking mind Gamergate, taking mind everything we post on our Instagram and our Facebook and what we share. But
I think we're...
But like we want to be very vocal about what we love.
I think we still have a bit of privacy. I feel like I myself, because what we have on this podcast, we show a bit of ourselves.
Yes,
but we also have a small persona.
Yes.
So it's not completely all us.
Yeah.
And you know, and we're becoming more public and at the same time a lot more anonymous than ever.
Yes.
Right. And
I can see that,
that's what sparks a lot of these things is that, you know, and this came back way in a news a couple of years back where Blizzard was going to publish real names for a forum for their forum posts, which I am 100% for.
Yeah.
100% for.
So real name and forums.
Yes. I would say that there should be real name for the internet. Period.
Yeah. I think isn't that what YouTube tried doing too with a Google account? Like if you wanted to post a comment, you had... It couldn't be like Gamerboard 88 anymore. It had to be like John Smith.
Yeah, and we're going that direction. I think once we become fully integrated in that direction, which I think would just be a matter of time because people become more and more comfortable of being online and having their identity online.
Yeah,
people will be more accountable for what they say online. And what they post.
Yeah, it's like a small step. I mean,
because when your name is tied to it.
Yeah,
you know, you think twice.
Yeah, it's a small step.
Yes,
it is a very small step into trying to combat like the abuse and trolling in a way. You know, it's not the best. It's not an effective way at the moment because people do find workarounds. Of course, like you could just call yourself John Smith or John Smith 2. Whatever.
That was my biggest disappointment with Facebook when they stopped enforcing real names.
Really? Yes, they did do that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I still have my real name.
I mean, I use my real name.
Because it's about right.
Yeah, I
As
think everybody
bad as
should.
Facebook is,
Yeah.
it is not as bad as like forums.
Yes.
Forums
are
Yeah.
so which
Forums, yeah.
which
Forums
leads
are-
me
yeah.
to something that I did want to discuss, which is one, accountability.
Okay.
And the last one would have been, how much privacy do you want as a gamer? So a good example would be when we were streaming Monster Hunter. Andres and I were streaming Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, right?
Okay.
Enjoyed it. I have streamed Final Fantasy 6.
Yeah.
But when we started streaming live and I saw our video on there, I started thinking, I don't want to be this live. I don't want to be this much of myself on the internet, on a video or anything, right?
Okay.
But even suddenly I started thinking, I don't want to stream anymore because I don't want to play games as a form of I have to entertain someone else. I want to play a game because I want to entertain myself, right?
Okay.
So I play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate because I'm tired. I've had a long day at work. I just want to relax. I just want to play this game and I just want to,
Right.
zone out for whatever I want to do. But how comfortable are you now, right? So do you want to stream every game you've ever played or every game you're going to play? Do you want to stream? Do you want to commentate? Do you want to be an entertainer? Is that what you want to every single moment of your video game experience? Because that's what PewDiePie does, right? PewDiePie is a full-time entertainer.
Yes.
When he plays games, it is to
PewDiePie does
entertain.
not play games because he enjoys playing games.
It's kind of
anymore.
his job.
Yeah,
He
it's
is
kind of
playing
his job
game
now, yeah.
to entertain others watching him.
Yeah.
play.
Exactly. Yeah. So
And that's the difference. I mean, I done the same thing. I tried streaming here and there, and I done, just as Andres have done, where I
Yeah, you
was
just-
very careful
it's-
about where the camera is pointing and what's on the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then that sort of thing. But at the same time, I realized the same thing that you can't stream yourself playing video game if you plan to play the video games yourself.
Yeah. It's
right?
like when you're,
it's almost that you have to already play the game and you're playing
You have
it
to know a
and
little
you're
bit of back. There's got to be background.
like you can't be playing the game for the first time and live streaming it.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like it's like
there are
it's-
instances
yeah.
where it's first look.
Yeah.
I've seen videos like that. First
Yeah, yeah.
look,
But even that, I wouldn't be surprised if they have rehearsed it before.
they must know a little something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's like.
But like you're not playing for your own sake.
Right, it's
you're
like-
playing
yeah.
it for the viewers.
You're like
Well, what we
staging your
did-
you're staging your emotions in a way. It's like it can't
Yes.
be like it's. I mean, I really wish too like people actually do play like for the first time and all that. It's kind of like so today when I was looking up, because I'm like bringing World of Warcraft again, like doing
Yeah.
doing the old content that I didn't really get to play, and so And so I'm gonna figure, how did this person do this thing? So I looked up some old videos, and I saw this person explaining to it, and like, okay, he's.
But if he's
probably-
explaining it, he's not doing it for the first
exactly,
time.
yeah. But like, or it's like some people were like, so it's like they have achievements, right? And
Yeah.
this person, he had his achievement before, or like, but the ones that like thought, this person just barely got it.
Yeah.
And like the very first got it as achievement. Like, wait a minute, they probably done it before because they know exactly what they're doing.
But
Yeah.
and like
But
they're
Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh, go for it.
But I know that you play video games. We all
Yes.
play video games.
yeah.
I would hope so.
And-
Yes.
And I know that you have.
I just play video.
videos of people that play video games because you want playthroughs that you want. Like I know Majora's Mask would be where you had looked at a video to see.
How to do it?
How to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
how to complete that.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's weird?
No, because it was convenient to me.
Exactly.
But here's a good example. I don't do that regularly.
And
you
it's
know
not,
that,
it's
right?
not, and
Yeah.
it's not like that content was inappropriate or very.
It wasn't. It was
weird.
actually So
and the guy was talking like
Yeah.
something that is.
it was
it's not very-
helpful to me at the time.
Uh-huh.
But I don't watch. So a good example would be I don't
done
watch.
that.
I don't watch Let's Plays regularly. I don't go to
Like,
YouTube and
who
say-
watched Let's Play?
I do not. Well,
I don't really
rarely
watch them.
watch them.
so
Very
yeah,
little, yeah.
Same. I rarely to never. I would say that.
Well,
It's-
I mean, like, I'm sorry, like, but
No, go for it.
Yeah,
No,
no, go.
no. So like, you're comfortable watching playthroughs, right?
No, only
no?
if so the Majora's Mask example he provided was because I was really stuck.
Okay.
And after reading it, after trying it myself, I
But,
just really needed
Okay.
the help.
No, but
yeah.
like, I mean, but like,
so
in
I don't
terms
watch
of-
playthroughs. Only if that one instance is the only example I've ever watched.
No, but I mean, in terms of like,
used it for like I've seen you click on a number of episodes because you
mostly for Majora's Mask,
School Tulas, all those things.
Mostly Majora's Mask. I think it's Majora's Mask in general.
I did it for I think Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core.
7?
Okay,
For Crisis Core, just because I didn't understand.
Oh, okay.
Where you have to like find the numbers.
Okay,
remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
but
Okay, go ahead, Ben. Yeah.
No, so I just had weird the thumbs up, but like like those competitions right now, like for things, would you find that in the same way in streaming? Like, are you seeing other people watch?
Are you saying if they're playing a game and they're commentating on it?
Yeah.
I don't find that interesting at all.
No, but
I try to watch.
Well, no,
it.
but what would you find that like in the kind of same thing where like millions of people like are like watching this one person playing like
I do not find that interesting. I don't watch.
No,
those.
I mean similar like in terms of privacy and all that in a way. Do you think?
I mean, okay, can you clarify the question? I'm kind of confused.
Because like
esports,
do you?
I do not find esports interesting.
Not interesting, but like like.
I mean, I don't. I don't.
Do you think it's like also kind of invasion of privacy where you say like?
Oh, it's invasion of privacy.
Yeah, like because that we're talking about privacy and all that, but do you feel like if someone's playing the esports in a competitive in that scene and all that, do you think it's kind of?
I would argue it's not in the same sense that what Kent said earlier. It's a stage. Right. So
yes.
it's a show, it's a stage, it's meant as a big event, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I would say that's not an invasion because it's a stage compared to a living room or a bedroom or.
And let's be clear, like none of
Yeah,
these things are invasion of privacy.
That's true.
That's
I was about to give an example.
Well, can you explain first, and then you explain, and then I'll have a
like everything that we've been talking about is completely not an invasion of privacy. It is completely, as Andreas said, it's a consent. You have consented yourself to broadcast yourself to the world.
Yeah.
Right? What's between you and broadcasting is yourself. You pressing that button says, I want to broadcast.
You choose to. You're like, so, but
Yeah.
when you say okay or agree or turn on that camera, that's that's kind of your contract or your agreement saying, I want the world to see me. That's no longer invasion of privacy right there.
Well, I was gonna go to Super Smash Bros. Because in the game, in the Wii U, you can actually see other people play, and I don't find that weird at all. Of course, these people aren't on camera,
but that's an opt-in option.
It's an opt-in option.
Yeah.
But sometimes even Raul we've sat
and we bet on these games.
We bet in-game money.
Yeah,
which you can do. It's in the game. It's all
actually a lot of fun. It's my favorite aspect of the game.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And
it's okay.
I didn't think that was invasion of privacy. I didn't think it was anything really bad. It was just fun.
Okay, so
it's. I feel like we're taking this to two different extremes.
Yeah,
the extreme of doing it for full-on entertainment, taking off your pants, doing some weird stuff.
Yeah,
and then being very subtle about it, playing a game, and just letting people watch.
Yeah. So I do, but I'm gonna go on both sides, right? The consent part, completely agree with you, with everyone here. Right. Yes. Wait, there is a big red button that says broadcast live stream, right? You have to connect to your Twitch account or to your YouTube.
Stream, internet, whatever.
Exactly. So I do agree. You are consenting for a camera to be on in your home. Right. Mm-hmm. My rebuttal to that would be in hindsight.
Okay.
Right. So in hindsight, I would have said when I was 18, 19, 20, I would have said, yes, of course you should record this because I'm young. There's no repercussions. Yes, record it. There's nothing wrong that could go wrong with this, right? But when it's posted on YouTube and years later I see that and I regret it and I go take it down, maybe it can be taken down. It's already all over the internet. It's invasion of privacy in hindsight because now I'm saying, okay, wait a minute. I want this imprint of myself removed from the internet, but now I can't remove it, right? My privacy is no longer mine because I consented 10 years ago to not be private.
Right.
So that's where I would say, look, there should be a retroactive type of, where I can remove my fingerprint from the internet, right?
Well, this is where.
So I mean, if I do, I have to think about it. 30 years, how is this gonna affect me now, right?
Well, I mean that's not our problem.
That's for future self to figure out.
That's only a problem if you're running for political office.
And like 4 more years. Hold on, we got you playing like Monster Hunter.
It would
right
be funny because
Imagine
40 years from now, that's what will happen. People will be digging up like Let's Play videos to get like.
Exactly. So think about it.
like
every decision
runners-
that you make now has to be 40 years in advance of thought.
Yeah.
But that's not our problem. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It would have been
Yeah.
your problem for not thinking.
That is true.
But no,
When
what
I see-
he's arguing is that
No, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
go ahead and finish your thought.
In my head when I make a video, I'm saying billions of people can see this. What am I gonna do? And how?
But let me.
How will my?
Yeah.
Okay, but like what Rahul's trying to think, like, because like we're like the kids in this age now.
Yeah.
We're all surrounded by American Idol, like like I said,
Yeah.
American Idol, Voice, Shark Tank, whatever. You have that sense that you want to be famous, and when you have that sense of want to be famous, common sense or whatever saying no, don't do it, it's all thrown out. Let's say like if you want to make a video which is like where you're playing like drunk, whatever, or like smoking weed or whatever. You're not gonna think about that. You're thinking this is gonna be funny. Millions of people are gonna watch it. But I still think you're consenting to it. But I can see what you're saying. That rebuttal where some of the people are just like too young or too stupid to think right now it's gonna affect me.
So that's where I would say they're inexperienced,
immature.
Yes.
So I would say things that I have done when I was 15, 16. We all have those experiences, right? We regret those, right? We all have regrets. So we can all agree, look, we have done things that I would best left unseen by others.
Yes.
Right? But at the moment we weren't thinking about that. We have said and done things that in our private lives we really double think it now because
Yes.
we're older.
Yeah.
So
But
in
that's
10
where-
years time, right? I can argue this. I can say no one thinks 20 years time. Majority of people do not think this is going to affect me in 20 years time because we don't see it, right?
Yeah.
It's not the immediate.
Right.
But that applies to a
Consequence.
lot of things. I
No,
mean,
that-
you could also make the same argument that you're a gamer, right? You play video
Yeah.
games. Just the fact that you're a gamer and play video games can be detrimental to your career.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? But I mean, it doesn't stop you from playing it
Right.
because
It does,
because you said, look, even though I'm a gamer, there's nothing that I'm doing as a gamer that is a negative impact. And
Yes.
it's something that you could defend.
Yeah.
Say, right?
Yeah.
And so the same thing will happen to streaming, or should happen, or should be at least accounted for for streamers. Well, are you sending out a message through streaming that's something that you can defend and
Right.
defend in a positive light? And are you're reflecting your own persona in the best positive light?
I mean, yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, so it could be like if someone's interviewing, it's like, so why are you streaming Tetris? And you're laughing out loud, and like, let's just say the job is for let's say a lawyer for some reason.
Yes.
It could be like, it could be, like you say, you could use it as like
Yeah,
a strength
yeah.
right there. It could be like, well, because I'm streaming Tetris because it shows my cognitive abilities to think
Yeah.
inside the so-and-so, and me laughing, it just could be like, even though it could be serious, I do have a lighthearted side, something
Yeah,
I
but
make
then
around
if you're
on,
streaming about being a skinhead Nazi,
Okay, that's something different.
Then it's kind
Kent
of like, okay,
is watching
that's-
different
you know.
channels.
That's something
that's a
different
little bit
right there.
harder to
Yeah.
try to justify.
That's something
Yeah,
different.
that's
right
like-
there.
but that's the point.
But
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
the point,
Yeah.
It could
the biggest-
so it could be a strength for you, right there.
It could, so there is a nuance to it, right?
Yes.
Like everything in life, it's nuance.
That
Yeah.
can't.
It's how
like
you-
Like if Angry Joe, right? If Angry Joe the persona will ever apply to be like a psychologist,
Exactly.
He
it's
not
wouldn't
gonna
know.
happen.
It won't happen.
Right.
You're gonna
Exactly.
make people kill themselves.
Yeah, I don't. I
So-
mean, I don't really watch Angry Joe, but just the name of it already, I was like, that ain't gonna work for it.
So, and this will be the last part, and we could each end with our advice about this topic. And,
Okay.
my advice would be just be cautious, especially if you're, very young, especially if you haven't had the experiences of being 30, 40, or 50, because these things now, it's a different age, right? Like the cell phone I used is no longer in existence. When I was playing games, there was no YouTube. There's nothing recorded of me playing Final Fantasy 6 or Chrono Trigger. And I'm glad because of that, right? Because 12, 13, you do things that you constantly regret. So I would advise, be careful what you stream, be careful what you do, be careful what you say, not because you're trying to hide it, but because you're not at a point where you can understand what you're doing and how that's going to have repercussions. So I'll move it on to Andres. What do you think about? Like, what are your final words on this topic?
Well, my final words are gonna be, you know, just watch what you post, watch what you guys put. I mean, I put out videos, but like I said, it's nothing very inappropriate. It's it's either my art, something that I want people to see, something that I want people to like or to like or marvel at. So I don't want people to like me because I have my pants off.
Oh God, no.
You know, it's it's something where I want to show that I have some type of skill in.
Yes,
it's something that will benefit me.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you know, you don't have to post things up.
True.
That's true. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You give like I said before, you give consent to the people if you want to be viewed, if you want to be if you want people to see your live stream. It all depends on you.
All right.
Move it on to Ben.
Yeah, like do be careful what you post, but also do be careful what kind of audience you have, because you do have jokers, of course.
Yeah.
Like, you know, nowadays we have like internet trolls and all that, but I say do be careful with your information if you do stream, like your like personal information, like, because you know nowadays we have swatting and like people do that kind of dumb things, you know. So do be careful how you present yourself or what information you want to show out there. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But also, as for the people who are watching the streams, don't do anything stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Okay. Like
Anything
you don't want to.
might regret.
Yeah. Things you might regret. Like that one kid in Canada who decided to do that swatting thing.
Yeah.
And he got caught and arrested. You know.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You don't want to get caught.
arrested. So far, I mean, so far I haven't heard
pretty
any.
much lying to authorities.
Yeah, you're
about,
lying to authorities about all that thing. So like, it goes both ways. You know, like. For the streamers, be careful. You know, do be careful. But you know, like, remember you're consenting. But and the people who are watching the streams, do be careful what you want to do
You want
for
to
the
share.
people. Yeah, well, you want to share what you're going to do. Okay.
Yes. All right, Kent.
Be stupid. Be the Kim Kardashian.
Oh man,
Be the
you have
Lindsay
just
Lohan on the internet.
Lindsay Lohan.
you have just
Just put your full name on it. That's my advice. You want to do it whatever you want for your country, do it.
gamer
But put your
boy
actual
85.
name on it, and then if you say to yourself, you know, now that my actual name is on it, you know, it's making me thinking twice about what I have to say and what I say out loud.
got the tough love.
Great.
side.
True.
Tough love right there.
But
man.
if you don't, you go, you know, my name's on it. I don't care.
I like his approach.
I don't care. I don't do whatever I want. Then, you know,
See what happens.
more powers to you.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
I you know, for my entertainment, if that's what you're gonna be, you know,
there you go.
I would not
Can't
fund
have
your
tough
I
love.
would not fund your Kickstarter, but you know,
Okay. Oh wait.
I enjoy
Kickstarter.
Wait before
the humiliation of it.
Before we end, also do be careful if you're streaming that when you're aware that your camera or whatever you're using is on or off, okay? And whatever you do, if you're
careful.
off camera, do be careful, please. I've seen stories about people doing inappropriate things when they think their camera are off.
Okay. I'll make sure to turn off my telephone, my cellular phone. Okay.
I'm gonna put like a piece of tape and like cardboard
Put it in a
and-
drawer.
Put
everything in a drawer.
I'm going off the grid, guys.
In fact, just
I'm
be
gonna- I'm gonna
just
live
be
in
an
the
Amish.
mountains.
There you go.
Let's be anonymous.
So
there you go.
with that, I'm your host, Roll Cruz.
All right, guys, it's Andres.
This is Ben.
Please be excited. This is Kent.
Make sure to check us out on Facebook under Super Smart Gaming, our Instagram super_smart_gaming, our Twitter Super Smart Gaming, and our YouTube channel Super Smart Gaming. And yeah.
And check out the videos that we consented
Oh
to.
yes. Also,
Check out my art that I'm sure I wanted you guys to see it. So check it
you
out.
consented
Also,
to.
I consented.
check out our newest show. It is called Randomly Generated Encounters.
SSG RGE.
It is more random and more quirky than this show, I guess.
Yes.
Very quirky.
Yes.
A little too quirky.
Little
I think
too
we got to lower down
too
the
much
quirk.
quirk.
It's the other extreme of this show.
Yeah, this is the more calm,
This
reflective.
The calm fireside.
And then the random one is on the opposite
Yeah, this
spectrum.
isn't
Yeah,
this
the
isn't
other
keep
spectrum.
calm, but it's calm enough to not be keep calm.
Yeah.
That's right. And we also have some.
Yeah,
new
make sure to keep
shows.
calm with Kent.
Keep calm with Kent.
Yeah,
His
good.
next episode's coming up soonish.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be a Kickstarter.
He's gonna stream it.
Okay, stream
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna stream
He's
it.
gonna stream it live. He's gonna consent to stream. But thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.
All right, guys.
Have a good one.